And it's down the road we go on the 17th day of September 2018. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your work week with us. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. As you notice, nobody's to my immediate left. Well, the city of Wenatchee and the city of East Wenatchee are my immediate left. But no, Steve Hare. He's taking the day off today, taking the day off tomorrow, too. As a matter of fact, he'll be back on Wednesday. That means I'll be handling your news duties. And we have a lot of news to get to. Hope you had a great weekend. Kind of on the chilly side. We had a good weekend. Spent yesterday morning down along the riverfront for Color Rush. To benefit the Youth United of the United Way of North Central Washington. We got a story coming up on that with our newscast. Also, we have sports, busy Friday night in prep action. We have all the activities for you, all the final results, including not a bad weekend for the Wenatchee Wild. They went 1-1 up in Canada. We'll have some highlights from Saturday night's victory when we do sports. We also have the obscure holiday, which isn't so obscure today. Today is Constitution Day. We'll talk quite a bit about that throughout the course of this Monday morning. We also have Today in History. We have birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And in the guest interview segment in the second half of the program, it's Kathy Smithson, who dropped by on Friday to tape our interview because in conjunction with the Icicle Creek Center for the Arts, the Mission Creek Players are putting on a really cool play. They had it up at the Snowy Owl Theater a couple of weeks ago. Now that they're bringing it down to the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Kathy will be talking about that in the second half of the program. All the usual shenanigans apply, and the weather forecast, quite a bit of sunshine this week with temperatures below normal to some locations well below normal. It's chilly right now. It's 46 degrees outside of our studios. This is the final week of summer. The autumnal equinox comes your way Saturday night, so stay close for those details. Things look pretty dry and pretty sunny most of the week, but you'll notice there's definitely a chill in the air. Let's take care on North Central Washington with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless, and that is our cross camera. Pull back quite a bit. Beautiful morning this morning, just a couple of high clouds, and that is it. That is a 4K camera. Super nice, really cool camera, great tool. It's a tool, not a toy. The Wenatchee area bathed in sunshine as the sun begins to creep over the East Wenatchee bench. Sunrise this morning, by the way, 6:41, just about 23 minutes ago or so. Sunset 7:08. We're still losing about 2.5 minutes of daylight every day as autumn approaches. So great shot of the Wenatchee Valley, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. Let's take a look at camera number 2. Excuse me. Omi Garden comes into play there. Omi Gardens looking good there. You can see the Wenatchee Heights. If you squint, you can see the cross camera. This camera is pretty much at the same elevation as the cross camera. It's just pointing the other direction with the Otobashian Bridge. Beautiful morning today. Hope you have Monday off. A lot of people do. A lot of people work Saturday and they get Sunday and Monday consists of their weekend. So they're if they have outdoor plans, this is a good day to do it. Just if you're going to be out and about this morning, you might want to pack a jacket. Heads up there. Camera 3. Kat says, let's see what's happening there. That's the Columbia River. Oh, we're going to follow there. So Rondo Rock. There you go. It's right above, of course, Rocky Reach Dam. And because the dam holds the river back, it looks more lake-like than river-like. A great shot. And beautiful clear skies up above us in the Rondo, looking like all the way up into the Chelan area. Looks just gorgeous. Where are we going to go for camera 4? I can't wait now. I'm excited. That is, well, she's going to have to move it around or I'm not going to be able to tell. But I want to say that's Apple Annie or Stein, so we're going to move it. So we're heading now directly north. We're looking north and we're continuing to turn slow pan all the way over to, that's the Cashmere area, I believe. So I want to say that's the Apple Annie's camera. Am I correct on that, Kat? Kat says I am correct. I love the fact that we're actually moving these cameras live from Studio 23. Whoa, we're zooming in. I didn't have my tray in the upright position. I spilled stuff all over me. Beautiful shot of the foothills of the Cascades from the beautiful town of Cashmere. Absolutely stunning views there. Great stuff. Boy, do we live in a beautiful area. And a lot of people love September because you still get the sunny conditions and you still get fairly mild temperatures, but the overnight lows get a little chillier and chillier. But usually the weather in September is about the best that we're going to get all 12 months of the year. And it's not a bad looking forecast at all. From the National Weather Service, the one thing you're going to notice, it's going to be chilly. Sunny today, just a light breeze, high of 71 normal, or on this date it would be about 77 or 78. 68 was all we got to yesterday. We had a little bit of light rain on Saturday and a little bit of light rain on Sunday morning, but it still was not enough to measure at the Pangbourne Memorial Airport, which is where they keep all the weather gauges. So, because we just had a trace, not enough for measurable precipitation, we still have not had measurable precipitation in the Wenatchee Valley since June 16th. We're now over 3 months without measurable rain, and that's the way it's going to be pretty much all week long. You see a slight chance of showers on Friday and Saturday. We'll know more by Wednesday whether they're going to increase or decrease the chance of rain. But sunshine today, 71. Sunshine Tuesday, 74. Good-looking Wednesday, good-looking Thursday. Slight chance of some late afternoon showers as a weak disturbance comes in Thursday into Friday and Saturday. Best chance of showers on Thursday night through Saturday will be in the mountains, at Leavenworth and Plain. You could get a little bit of light rain. Wenatchee Valley, not so much. So it's very much a typical forecast for this time of the year, except the temperatures are a little on the cool side. And look at the overnight lows. 48, 52, 51, that's chilly. In fact, there is some patchy frost possible in some of the valleys that get really cool this time of the year. I can't believe we're actually talking about frost. At least we're not doing a past report yet. I guess that's good news. And once again, the autumnal equinox is Saturday night in the 6 p.m. hour. I can't remember the exact time. I want to say 6:54, something like that. And then we welcome autumn. And for the first full day of autumn on Sunday, looks pretty nice indeed. All right, that's your forecast. It is 6.5 minutes after the hour. Coming up next, I'll be handling your news duties. Got quite a bit to talk about. It was a busy weekend. So the news is 1 minute away and is brought to you by our friends at Cascade Medical. Trade with a physical therapist who loves the outdoors as much as you do. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
The NCW Live Channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Live Channel is your local TV station.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
And a good Monday to you. Steve Hare is on assignment today and tomorrow. He'll be back Wednesday. I'm Dan Kuntz handling your news duties. According to the Chelan County PUD, a car versus pole accident very early this morning caused a power outage up the Chumstick Canyon. This happened at about 12:15 this morning. Officials say power was out for around 700 customers, but as of 3 a.m. this morning, power has been restored to all but around 100 customers or so. An 8-year-old Quincy man was killed after walking into the path of a semi-truck. This happened Thursday afternoon on Highway 281 near Quincy. Traffic on the highway was temporarily closed and the man, Edward Garcia, initially taken to Quincy Valley Hospital, and then Quincy police reported that he died while in flight to a hospital in Spokane. Both Garcia and the semi were traveling southbound on State Route 281 when Garcia suddenly walked into the path of the vehicle and was struck. The driver was not injured. The driver was not cited in the accident. Quincy Police Captain Ryan Green said Garcia suffered from mental health issues. Well, commuters back on the road at Blewett Pass this week. That's good news. According to the Washington State Department of Transportation, the culvert replacement work set to resume today, and they want to warn motorists to expect occasional lane closures as needed through the end of the month. The pass had been closed since September 9th to allow crews to make progress on that project. The work is underway between mileposts 150 and milepost 155. Well, continuing friction among Wenatchee's school board members is apparently causing problems in the search for a new superintendent. Our very own Steve Hare filed this report.
2 board members are seeking a delay in the hiring of a new superintendent while the board works to, in their words, stabilize and members can collectively work together on the hiring process. They suggest an interim superintendent be appointed while issues are worked out. Now, the board is scheduled to interview 4 firms Monday before selecting one to conduct a search for a new superintendent. Brian Flonis announced earlier this year he was retiring from the post. Board members Laura Jakes and Walter Newman signed a letter calling for for the delay, alleging other board members have, quote, overstepped their bounds, end quote, and had inappropriate communications regarding district matters. Jakes read the letter at the board's meeting this week. Citing public records obtained by high school teacher Brian Higgins, the letter alleges board president Michelle Sandberg used her personal email account to communicate with another board member and members of the public about district business. Now, NCW Life reached out to Sandberg, who says she is preparing a statement to be read at the next regular board meeting in direct response to Jake's allegations. Now, it revives concerns raised by Jakes in April about Sandberg and other board members allegedly violating board policies. Sandberg, Sonny Hemphill, and Sarah Knox were elected to the 5-member board last year and almost immediately amended a board policy that prevented newly elected members from being appointed board officers. Now, the three then appointed Sandberg as president and Knox as vice president, which Jakes and Newman opposed. In his email to the board, Higgins cited board email exchanges on private accounts as cause for concern about, in his words, a perceived lack of transparency. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Thank you very much, Steve. Rivercom Emergency Dispatch Center is searching for a new executive director following last week's announcement by Jim Fossey that he intends to retire next year. The 65-year-old Fossey was hired 6 years ago after he left the Seattle Fire Department. He told the Wenatchee World that it seemed like a good time to step away. He said he plans to stay in the Wenatchee area and intends to spend more time with his family. The Rivercom Governing Board will advertise the job opening and has reportedly decided to conduct a search of potential candidates without paying a consulting firm. The position is posted on the website careerarc.com. The salary listed is between $104,000 and $115,000. Well, the summer concert series at Omega Gardens has come through once again for the Wenatchee Valley College students. At a gathering Friday, RLS Productions' 2018 Concerts in the Gardens presented a donation totaling $11,500 to the Wenatchee Valley College Foundation. Robert Sandage, along with his wife Rio, began the concert series 5 years ago.
3 of the 5 shows did sell out, which was great. We were able to give a total of $11,500 at the college with the help of our sponsors and supporters, and we can't do it without those folks. And additionally, we're now up to $41,000 that we've been able to give to the college from the past 5 years, which we're hoping to be able to hit that $35,000 mark for the endowment itself. Now, understanding that we actually have given out already $12,000 of that $41,000 for annual scholarships. So, and a lot of that actually comes from the Dobbs, Dennis and Beth Dobbs, and Horan Estates, of course. And we had one anonymous donation this year, which was pretty cool, that went directly to the endowment account.
Wenatchee Valley College President Dr. Jim Richardson says support for the Omega Gardens Concert Series is monumental for Wenatchee Valley College students.
Well, since its inception, it's really helped a lot of students because there's 2 phases to the program. One is they give scholarships right away to students, and of course that helps us right now, and it helps our students, and helps our students stay in school mostly. A lot of them, it might not be that this is the reason they're here, but this is the reason they stay, because they have enough money to make it through, whether it be books or whatever it is. So that is amazing. And the other part is they're endowing a scholarship that's going to be here forever. So when that happens, we will have this legacy from these concerts that will go on forever for Wenatchee Valley College and Wenatchee Valley College students.
Sandage says the wheels are already in motion for next summer's Concert in the Garden series.
We're going to start actually a week early because the 4th of July is on a Thursday. So the first week we'll actually go ahead and have the big band, because that's the silver generation that we wanted to be sure and take care of. And so there'll be Thursday the 27th of June. And then we jump into July on the 11th, and we're bringing back the Journey Band, the Infinity Project, and then a new act called Hysteria, which is the best Def Leppard band in the nation, in my opinion. These cats actually wear the wigs, and get on the spandex and everything, and do the whole Def Leppard gig. And then after that, we're actually bringing back also Invisible Touch, which is the Phil Collins and Genesis tribute band. They were a big hit. They were one of the ones that sold out as well. And we're ending with the Bon Jovi tribute, best on the West Coast, and they're called Blaze of Glory.
Tickets for next summer's Concert in the Garden series will go on sale by the end of this month. Well, this past weekend, hundreds of Wenatchee Valley residents of all ethnic backgrounds gathered at Lincoln Park for the annual celebration known as Fiestas Mexicanas. Our very own producer, Megan McPherson, brought her camera to the park and put together this little montage when the festivities began on Friday.
Del amor, que te vaya bien, que te vaya mal. Son cosas del amor, que te dan reír, que te dan llorar. Son cosas del amor, que ganado yo a tu corazón. Son cosas del amor. ¡Dale ritmo!
Looks like a really good time. And speaking of really good times, I spent Sunday morning along the Wenatchee Riverfront for the 6th annual Color Rush, which benefits Youth United of the United Way of North Central Washington. I got proof that I was there. Check it out. It is a beautiful Sunday morning out here at the Pybus Public Market. I am Dan Kuntz, and today for Color Rush 2018, we're going to make television history. I'm going to interview myself. How's this work? Well, as you can see, I have not been blasted yet. And by blasted, I mean covered in colors. And then I'm going to interview myself colored in covers. So, Dan, let me ask you first, right off the top, what was your favorite color through the blast zones? My most favorite color is a toss-up between blue and yellow because, of course, I'm a coward, thus yellow, and I also am a bit of a snob, bit of a blue blood. So, yellow and blue were my favorites. And what was your least favorite color of all the colors in the blast zone? My least favorite color was plaid. It was my least favorite because they didn't have it this year. So Dan, why are you here today? Color Rush is a huge success. They had more runners this year than they had last year. They had like 400 last year, over 600 this year according to Charity. We had a chance to talk to Charity, of course, who's the new executive director of the United Way of North Central Washington, and we love the United Way of North Central Washington. NCW Live Channel, super happy to be a sponsor of it. We had a great time today. Even the rain held off, the weather held up. The United Way is going great guns. We love the United Way, and we're super happy to be a part of it. And you better believe we'll be here next year for the 7th annual Color Rush. In fact, I don't think I'm going to shower for the next 364 days, so I look exactly like this, ready for next year. It was a really good time and for a really, really good cause. Thanks to the United Way of North Central Washington for allowing us to show up with our cameras and just generally behave like fools. We do that very well. A reminder that the news comes your way with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Find out what happened on this Monday. Nice little tidy half-hour package at 5, 6, and 10. You can watch it right here on the NCW Live channel, or you can watch it on our stream, because we're live streaming on our website at ncwlife.com. It's also available on demand at about 6 o'clock in the evening, also available on our website, and also available on our Facebook page. And our website and our Facebook page are two of the many ways you can get a hold of us. Go to our website, go to the Contact Us Now. You can do one of two things. You can just send us a nice little message, or you can submit a news tip if you so desire. Again, ncwlife.com, or you can go to our Facebook page and private message us if you want, or you can just send us an email, which is the preferred way to do it, and that's news@ncwlife.com. The news at 5, 6, and 10. With Grant Olson in the anchor chair, also handling the weather forecast with Eric Grandstrom in the sports desk. 22 minutes after they are going to take a quick break. When we come back, speaking of sports, we'll wrap up the weekend that was. We still have the obscure holiday to get to today in history, birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion and my conversation with Kathy Smithson. Busy Monday. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 23 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
And welcome back. Just about 24 minutes after the hour, 46 degrees, quite a bit of sunshine, so it's a chilly morning. Lots of sunshine pretty much all week long until we get to the very end of the weekend with highs in the lower 70s. Let's do sports. We'll start out with a look back. Friday, we had a very busy high school football night on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard. The game featured here had Eastmont hosting Ellensburg, with the Wildcats winning a close back-and-forth contest. The final was 20-14. Eric Grandstrom and Grant Olson had the call right here on the NCW Live channel.
4th and goal coming up from the 2. The Wildcats going for it. The turn, the hand, the cut up the middle, squirting into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont. The Wildcats break through first, and it is Victor Welton on the touchdown from 2 yards away.
Nice run and nice push once again by that offensive line, using that size up front with Brandon Pond, a nice block up there at 230. Alan Ortega, 240 pounds, and boy, that made the difference for that touchdown.
All important snap from center's back. It was a bad snap, and the ball is blocked. Coming through and making the block on the extra point, Brandon Mellergard. That's the 5th time we've called his name tonight, so the extra point, no good. And a first down here for the Bulldogs, sniffing the end zone as they trail it 6-0 here in the second quarter. Turn, handoff, drive play, left side, and into the end zone for Ellensburg. That was an impressive drive. Logan Malik caps it off from 6 yards out, and we are tied at 6 on that particular play. Second down, they will say a gain of a yard, so 2nd and 9. Massey back to pass, throws down over the middle, has a receiver, open, catches it, touchdown, Eastmont Wildcats. They find the end zone for the first time through the air this season to Kaylor Cannon, and they strike and retake the lead.
I love play action. I mentioned it before, the best play on offense at any level of football is the play action, and it worked there beautifully for the Wildcats. Nice 20-yard touchdown.
So here we go. We're going to play football again here. Helgeson will send a man in motion. He'll turn, hand it off, and dive play into the end zone. Ellensburg punches it in again, and it is Dion Hardiman.
Yes.
Second down, 2 coming up. Massey turns, hands it off to Welton.
There he goes.
Wide open to the 30, 25, blocked downfield to the 10 to the 5, into the end zone, 36-yard touchdown play. We've got flags afterwards, a little extracurricular again. I think this will come on the extra point or the kickoff. I do not think this will inhibit the 36-yard touchdown run by Victor Welton.
And that was all made possible once again by junior right guard Carson Payne and the senior right tackle Alan Ortega. They blew a hole wide open on that misdirection once again to Welton. Then he just used his speed to scamper into the end zone.
So the Wildcats improved to 3-0 on the season with the win. Wenatchee, meanwhile, earned their first win of the season Friday night in a big way. This is not a misprint. They mauled Mount Boucheray 70-0. That's right, 70 points. The Panthers are now 1-2 on the year. The Les Schwab scoreboard fills you in on all the details. Another prep action Friday. Kashmir, no real trouble at all with Wapato. The final there, 58-6. Mount Baker caught Cascade, 38-19. Chelan shuts out South Whidbey, 13-0. Liberty Christian manhandled Manson, 32-14, and defending state champion Elmira Cooley Heartline Crosby Stills Nash and Young. No problem Saturday against Antioch. They won 64-14. To the Les Schwab prep scoreboard on Saturday. Let's talk about soccer. It went to penalty kicks to decide it in a shootout, but Chelan did beat Brewster. The final was 3-2. Moses Lake edged Kashmir 2-1. Overlake over Cascade 3-1. Eastmont traveled to Spokane to take on Lewis and Clark and came up on the short end. The final 6-1. On the loss column for Eastmont. The Wenatchee Valley Rams made the 723-mile journey all the way to Ogden, Utah Saturday, the National Pro semifinal, and nicely done. They came away with a 40-0 victory over the West Hatch Revolution. That means the national championship game is up next. Where is it going to be? It could be in Denver, could be here in Wenatchee. When we find out, you'll find out. Well, after dropping their first loss of the season Friday at Merritt, the final there was 7-5. The Wenatchee Wild looking to right the ship Saturday when they took on West Kelowna. Chad Sasaki and Lucas Soudry helped Wenatchee tied at 2 heading into the third, and then Jacob Modry and Christophe Tellier took advantage of the power play to make it 4-2. Here are the highlights courtesy of Hockey TV.
Here's Cook for Goshevsky. Down into the corner, Souter out front, they score!
There's Lucas Souter who does the hard work coming out from the corner, hops right off his stick and comes right onto the stick of Jacob Modry, sitting on the back post.
Now Tellier down for Filion in the corner. This puck skips through his feet, and now it'll come back out. Here's Filion. Tellier, scores.
Good work there from Tellier as he walks around after picking that puck up in the corner.
Next up for the Wild, the BCHL Showcase. It's this weekend in beautiful Chilliwack. Back to the Les Schwab scoreboard. Let's talk about college football. Oh, baby. Cedric Cooper rushed for 178 yards and 11 carries, scored once. Central Washington humbled Humboldt State, 49-0 on Saturday. Gardner Minshew was 45 for 57, 470 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Washington State no real problems with the Screaming Eagles of Eastern Washington, 59-24. Miles Gaskin carried the load for Washington Saturday. 30 times, 143 yards rushing, good defensive effort. Huskies beat Utah in Salt Lake City. The final was 21-7. Seahawks, Monday Night Football tonight. They're in Chicago to take on the Bears. Seahawks will play without 3 Pro Bowlers. Receiver Doug Baldwin and linebackers Bobby Wagner and K.J. Wright all out. In fact, they didn't even make the trip to Chicago. Expected to try to fill those roles, Austin Calitro, Shaquem Griffin, and Michael Kendricks, who was signed earlier in the week. Kickoff on ESPN 5:15 tonight. Mariners missed a chance to gain on the wild card over the Angels on Sunday. They lost 4-3 in Anaheim. They could have swept the Angels, didn't do that. Daniel Vogelbach hit a 2-run home run. Mitch Haniger went 2 for 4 with an RBI in the loss. Seattle takes 3 of 4 from LA. They now head to Houston to take on the Astros. Wade LeBlanc starts today. Framber Valdez will go for the Astros. First pitch at 5:10. Also in the American League West on Sunday. You see the scores. Tampa Bay held on to beat Oakland 5-4. Despite a grand slam at the top of the ninth by Chris Davis for the A's, the Yankees lead over Oakland for the top American League wildcard spot is now down to just a game and a half. Oakland's lead on Tampa Bay is 7 games, 7.5 games over Seattle for the second wildcard spot. Justin Verlander looked good, struck out 11 over 7 innings. Houston beat Arizona 5-4. The Astros lead in the AL West is now 4.5 games over Oakland. And Francisco Mejas, walk-off grand slam home run at the bottom of the ninth, kept a 5-run frame. San Diego defeats Texas. Just 2 more weeks in baseball's regular season. And that's sports and just some of the games people are playing at 30 after the hour. The obscure holiday, it's Constitution Day. Happy Constitution Day. Big one. Big fan of the Constitution. It always falls on September 17th because it was on September 17th, 1787 that the Constitution was signed. By the summer of the following year, it was ratified by the 13 states and became effective. Before the Constitution, we had the Articles of Confederation. That's what we were running our country under, but it just didn't have any meat to it. So they decided we really need a instruction manual, so to speak, on how this country will run from a governmental standpoint, thus the Constitution. And any school that receives federal funds are required to teach kids something about the Constitution on this Constitution Day 2018. Let's do Today in History at 31 minutes after the hour. Happy birthday, Boston. Boston's 388 years old today. That's the city flag of Boston, a bean town. The oldest public park in the United States is Boston Common, which started in 1634. Anytime they put aside a large piece of the city to be one big unbuilt upon place, it's a good thing. Fun facts about Boston: happy hours are against the law. Happy hours. Bars in the Boston area cannot have a happy hour. It's been that way since 1984. And 15% of Boston residents walk to work. That's the highest percentage among major cities in the United States. Happy 388th birthday to Boston. As I mentioned this already, this is the 231st birthday of the Constitution. September 17th, 1787, the United States Constitution signed in Philadelphia. Thank you very much. September 17th, 1862, 156 years ago today, the single bloodiest day in the history of the United States. The combined tally between the Confederates and the Union: 22,717 dead, wounded, or missing. The Battle of Antietam on this date, the single bloodiest day in the history of this country, 156 years ago today. And September 17th, 1961, you see retractable roof stadiums are all over the place now. We have one in the Northwest with Safeco Field. It's the big thing now, retractable roof stadiums. You can cover it up, you can make it like an umbrella, you can seal it off and turn on the air conditioning, on the heat. The very first retractable roof stadium, it's gone now. They tore it down a couple of years ago. The Civic Arena opened in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on September 17th, 1961, the very first retractable roof stadium in the world. And finally, at 33 minutes after the hour, because it is Constitution Day today, and I'm a bit of a Supreme Court buff, all of our birthdays today, all three of them are Supreme Court justices, including John Rutledge, who was the second Chief Justice of this country, was born in the state in 1739. George Washington named Rutledge as the second Chief Justice after the retirement of John Jay, but it was a recess appointment. The Senate was not in session, so when the Senate reconvened in December of that year, they rejected his nomination by a vote of 10-14. So John Rutledge holds the record for the shortest tenure of any Chief Justice. He was the first Supreme Court nomination to be rejected by the Senate. So he didn't last very long, and he's kind of lost in history, but he was born in the state in 1739. Warren E. Burger, the 15th Chief Justice of the United States, served from 1969 to 1987, was born in the state in 1907. And finally, David Souter, the 94th Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, was born on Constitution Day 79 years ago today. One of his favorite stories, after the Supreme Court recessed for the summer recess, he was driving back up to his home in New Hampshire, and he was stopped at a restaurant and was just eating by himself. And a patron walked up, recognized him, and walked up to David Souter and said, "Aren't you Stephen Breyer of the Supreme Court?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "What's the best part about serving in the Supreme Court, Justice Breyer?" And he said, "Serving with Justice Souter. I really like him." 34 minutes after the hour. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNighty's opinion. And then my conversation with Kathy Smithson. She's a live wire. You don't want to miss that. They got a really cool play coming this weekend to the Numerica Pack. It's a busy Monday. Thanks for starting your day with us on the NCW Life channel. Don't go anywhere.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
You can buy fruit almost anywhere. From first off the tree to first in your hands, Lone Pine offers seasonal fruit from their farm and around the region every day. Make Lone Pine your latte stop with coffee from Blue Star Coffee Roasters and a fresh piece of fruit pie. Take a break with a friend and order a cold micro beer or a glass of Northwest wine. Bring the whole family and enjoy a Lone Pine lunch or a fresh shake in their park-like setting. Lone Pine Fruit and Espresso on Highway 97.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game moves pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
Hi everyone, Brent. Hey, don't mind, we're just making a commercial here, Randall. You're okay. Hi everyone, Brent here. You're gonna love this. When you see this, come down and see us behind Nissan. I can do it. I can do it. The all-new 2018 Nissan. That's done, I'm done. We can't do it. Come down and see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee. Better performance, better proof.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home, too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I was recently chastised for making a joke about President Trump, and it got me thinking about political comedy. You remember Jon Stewart, you know, the guy who used to host The Daily Show, a satirical news program on Comedy Central. He's a funny guy. You know, I disagreed with his spin on lots of things, but nevertheless, the guy's funny. I must say, though, that I regarded him more as a comedian and don't think he rose to the position of being a political pundit, the way some of my liberal friends seem to think he did. But whatever the question is it disrespectful to poke fun at a public or political figure? Like, let's say the President of the U.S. If so, is it always disrespectful? Or is it only disrespectful when the man being made fun of happens to be the current POTUS, somebody that you're in favor of? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started, and why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
Yippee Skippy and Yahoo Wenatchee Valley, Collins Fashions launches our buy one red tag clothing item and get the next red tag clothing item free. That's right, free. Awesome selection of tanks, tees, capris, ankle pants, dresses, etc. Quality brands like Not Your Daughter's Jeans, Jag, French Dressing, Joseph Ribkoff, Tommy Bahama, and many more. Selected sale on Brighton and Lotus handbags and wallets. Sandals from Soft to Nicole on sale as well. Awesome sale, awesome service at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. What are you doing September 20th, 21st, and 22nd? I highly recommend you go to the Numerica Performing Arts Center and see a Tony Award-winning play that's being put on in conjunction with the Mission Creek Players have teamed up with, help me out, Kathy?
Icicle Creek Center for the Arts.
Thank you. Kathy Smithson is joining us to talk about the play that I can't pronounce. It's called
Dancing at Lunasa.
Thank you very much. Because I see the flyer and I want to say Lugnasa.
Yes, many do.
Okay,
yes.
We'll talk about the gist, the plot of it, and everything. You're going to like it. It's a great show. But before we get that, your first time around this program, Kathy. So a little bit about Kathy Smithson. To introduce yourself to our viewing
Kathy
audience.
Smithson has been in this valley for 41 years. I
So
have
you moved here when you
Smithson
were 2?
Insurance Services and Mission Creek Players for almost the same amount of time that I've had my insurance agency. Co-founder of Mission Creek Players, and been here in this beautiful valley for, gosh, 41 years.
Wow.
Yes, it shows my age, doesn't it?
Does the insurance industry and being a thespian mutually exclusive?
Well, it works really well throughout the year, especially when I was doing a lot of acting. It was helpful working for oneself, right? Because of all the time you put into theater productions, it's nice to be able to work for yourself to, work out your schedules and make that work and be flexible on there. They both have been great to me. This valley's been so good to me. Moving here with my husband, he grew up in this valley, and it's just been nothing but the window of opportunity with my insurance and with our theater in this great valley.
What are some of the shows you've been in?
Oh
refresh my
gosh,
memory.
now in the 80s and 90s I was in one after the other, and so many people probably don't remember them. One of my favorites is Crimes of the Heart by Beth Henley. Another is All My Sons that we did with Arthur Miller. It was one of my favorite roles to play. Laundry and Bourbon. A play people keep bringing up is Gin Game that I was in with Dan Malman. And then Terry and I, and Terry Sloan, who is also a producer of this play and very involved with Mission Creek Players, she and I did a play that everybody loves to bring up, so they must have loved it, called A Couple of White Chicks Sitting
I
Around
remember
Talking.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was great fun to do. But it's been a good part of my life. I got my degree in theater, and that was my background.
So this play is a co-production. It's you folks and
Collaboration. So Henry Heddick.
Who approached? By the way, I love Henry.
Yes.
Who approached who? How did this come together?
Well, Henry, I directed Glengarry Glen Ross a year ago with Mission Creek Players, and Henry was in that play. And it was so fun being on the big stage downtown in the precious theater we have at the PAC. And that was our second. The year before we did the August Osage County that Terry directed, and it went over pretty well. So we thought we love this big stage. We've been doing little stages for 40 years. And so then we did Glengarry Glen Ross last year, and what came out of that is Henry said, I would love to do the next year if we can still swing it on the big stage. And I'd love to do Dancing at Lunasa by Brian Friel. And we went, fabulous, that would be great. Well, he is in charge of theater for the Icicle Creek Center for the Arts, and it all came down to, let's do a collaboration. Let's bring the creeks together, the Icicle Creek Center for the Arts and the Mission Creek Players. And so it's been wonderful doing that. We opened the show a month ago in Leavenworth. We were supposed to open on the Meadow stage, and then the smoke was so horrible, we moved it last minute into the Snowy Owl, and we did 3 productions of that already, and live chickens and all. We got live chickens on stage, folks. Took quite a while to cast them. No, anyway, so we did this collaboration. Now we're bringing it to the Mission Creek Players portion of it on the Performing Arts stage here in town.
I've seen Henry at work. He does the traditional Christmas show that they put on at the Snowy Owl Theater each year. We televise it. He's a fascinating character and a passion for the theater.
Yes. Talented.
Yeah, very
talented man. You will not be disappointed in this play. Don't miss this play. It's beautiful.
Well, give me
a very family-friendly play this
good.
time around.
Give me a plot synopsis, Kathy.
Well, Dancing at Lunasa is about 5 sisters in 1930s Ireland and their plight in life. And none of them have been married. All of them have to survive on their own means and sustenance. And times are changing in the 30s in Ireland. And so it's their struggle. But it's a beautiful story of these 5 sisters who love to sing. And Henry cast singers, and they're so talented, and they dance. So everybody loves Irish music, Irish songs, Irish dancing, Irish music, and that's what the show is filled with. So their lamenting of their songs, their joy of sharing together, the joy of the sound of music is beautiful in Dancing at Lunasa. Lunasa is a festival near Belfast that they used to always go and play and have fun. It's like Apple Blossom Festival. It was the Lunasa Festival. And the oldest sister does not think it's appropriate any longer in their Catholic upbringing and the way that they're grown women now to not go and dance at Dancing at Lunasa. And that's something they all still have a joy to do. There's other people in the play as well. It's not all women. There is a little boy. There is the little boy who is a narrator played by Pat Murphy, who really tells the story. It's kind of a narrated story through this little boy's eyes as he grew up. And the brother of these 5 sisters, who comes back from Africa, having been a priest, a missionary, working with the tribes, and he comes back affected. So there's just all these different stories all intermingled
and
with
apparently
this
some
family.
chickens.
And there's chickens on stage live, just a hoot. So fun to watch the audiences as they go, oh my God, those are real chickens, and how they fit into the play. It's a beautiful play, and it's family friendly. So the last 2 years, they weren't family friendly, and we had to warn everybody, rated R. Not this one. Bring your family. Your children will love it.
You've mentioned some cast members.
Yes, okay, let me
who's in the
remember
show?
this. So there's Louise Simmons, who is very talented. She was just in The Full Monty. And then she turns around and she's right in this. She's beautiful in this play, and her voice, everything about her. John Ryan. Don't know if you're familiar with John Ryan. He's been doing lots of theater, lots of music theater. Pat Murphy, I mentioned earlier. Sherry Hagopian, who is right here from Wenatchee. Briar Hoper. Briar, who has a dance studio and is well known for her voice. Her sister, who's also fabulous actress, and her voice is so gorgeous, Kaylin Duffield. J.J. Hernandez plays the young guy who comes in to like these sisters. Great little story there with J.J. Hernandez. Boy, is he a talent. Skylar, I say her name wrong, Gahey, who's coming over from Seattle because she loves this play so much, and she plays a very integral part in this play. And she's professional, and she's worth the price of the $22 for the ticket to see her in this play. It's fabulous. I hope I named everybody off. I think I got them all in there.
And Henry's directing.
Henry Heddick is the director of this. Terry Sloan and I, longtime Mission Creek Players, are the producers of the show. So that's why I'm here, wanting to get people to come and see this. And don't let this go by without seeing it. It's so worth the $22.
It's playing for 3 days. The 20th,
That's
20th. There it is. The 20th,
Thursday,
21st,
Friday,
and 22nd.
Saturday of next week, 20th, 21st, 22nd.
Appropriate for all ages.
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
So you've already done these performances, as you mentioned, up in Leavenworth
3
already.
nights
So you have it down there pretty good.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody's comfortable with their roles.
Yes.
So,
yes, very much. And the audience loved them. We just love listening to the audiences afterwards. Because you don't see plays like this very often, especially on the big stage. You just don't. And that's what Mission Creek Players' goal has been, is to bring plays. Not just musicals, not all the singing and dancing, not all the big fluff, which we have so rich in this valley of. And we love it. But to bring good Pulitzer Prize winning, Tony Award winning plays to the big stage. But it's expensive. And so that's why we're trying to do one a year if we can pull it off. So also anybody out there who would love to sponsor the arts, Mission Creek Players is always interested in that.
How did the Wenatchee Valley, North Central Washington, end up as such a thriving theater community?
I tell you, it's just all the right people. And when you've got these Matt Cadmans and these Paul Atwoods and the Sherry Schrecks and the Mark Wavras and all those out there, the Pam Coles, that all created, I do too. We were at university together. When you have this talent of people that are so willing to incorporate into the youth, they've created a pool here, unlike a lot of communities. We're rich. We're so enriched with talent. And I mean, the dance, the singing, these actors, the plays they're doing at the high schools.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's over the top remarkable.
What
I talk about it when I
Paul and
travel.
Kelly are doing for the Wenatchee School District, Wenatchee High School, and what Cynthia is doing
Cynthia
at
Brown,
Eastmont.
thank you. What Cynthia's doing with Eastmont Drama Club and Mark Wafra. Wow, and what they're doing at Kashmir. I mean, all of them. It's in Leavenworth too. I've been seeing all kinds of great things. They're creating a pool, and then these youth get hooked, and they want to be in the performing arts. And a lot of them are going off and doing some pretty neat things, and then they come into wanting to direct and act later on. So we have this rich pool of talent from Chelan to Leavenworth that, wow, when we do auditions for a show, we sit back and wonder who's going to show up. We're just taken with this people who show up and the talent they have. When do you see Dancing at Lunasa and this talent and these voices and this dancing? Wow. I'm impressed.
I interviewed a couple of kids
grateful.
from a Short Shakespeareans, Kathy, a couple of weeks ago when they had their performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I asked a couple of kids, I said, how did you get involved in theater? And they said, a couple of them said, I've never been on stage before, and I wanted to see if I could do it.
Yes.
You know, I wanted to see if I had the guts
to do it. Don't you think that's great for youth?
Yeah.
You know, as we go through life and we have to go out and put ourselves out there. We have to put ourselves out there in the world eventually. We have to be in front of somebody that we're being interviewed. We have to put ourselves out there to make our lives work. What a better way than to learn to get out there, put yourselves out there and create that confidence as early as possible. I'm a real believer in that. But of course, that's what I got my degree in. I feel it should be required. I feel like every 6th grader should be in theater.
I got my degree in goofing
Putting
off.
themselves out there, listening to themselves.
Yeah.
You bet. It's the best thing you can do.
So it's got a little bit of singing, it's got a little bit of dancing.
Great acting.
It's a drama, but it's appropriate for all ages.
And it's also funny.
It's also funny.
Yes.
And you're going to get $22 worth of entertainment out of
you're
this
going to
thing.
get so much for $22.
Sure.
You know, I go over to Seattle and I see lots of theater over there, and what I pay compared to this, it's like, oh my gosh, you don't need to go to Seattle. Come downtown. Come to our precious little theater. as
Mission
Matt
Creek
Cadman
Players
would tell you.
presents Dancing at
Lunasa.
Thank you. It's the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. 7 o'clock is when they open up the curtain. It won a Tony Award. It's got to be good. They don't give Tony Awards to lousy plays, the last I checked.
They sure don't.
So, and break a leg, Kathy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
I so appreciate you allowing me to come in and share this. Thank you.
Anytime. Take care. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
I'm NCW Life News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on Local-Tel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Life channel.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas. And introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniat. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started, and why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job.
I'm working now.
Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill. Thank you, Goodwill. Thank you, Goodwill. Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you.
Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Hey, welcome back to this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, your host, once again flying solo, but it's okay. I'm licensed and bonded. 48 degrees, fair skies outside of our studios. It is chilly. Good looking weather forecast. We're going to touch on that in just a couple of minutes. But first, a little heads up. We got the traditional National Weather Service quarterly newsletter. This came last week, and I haven't mentioned this yet, but I want to mention what their long-term forecast is for autumn and winter, which is right around the corner. And the National Weather Service Climate Prediction Center has issued an El Nino watch for this fall and winter. They say there's about a 70% chance of an El Nino. What does that mean? Based on past trends, again, according to the National Weather Service, it should be milder and drier than a normal winter and fall. So milder and somewhat drier conditions are expected for the long-term outlet for North Central Washington. As far as this week is concerned, not a lot to complain about. A little on the cool side, but lots of sunshine for everybody today. High of about 71, clear, and 48 for the overnight low tonight. Those overnight lows are getting chilly. Tuesday, sunshine, 74. Wednesday, sunshine, 73. Slight chance of showers on Thursday afternoon into Thursday night, and I mean a slight chance. There's just a couple of weak disturbances out there. Going to pay us a visit on Thursday night. That's where we have a slight chance of showers. Cloudy skies, 51 for the overnight low. Friday, lots of clouds, 71. Again, a slight chance of showers. Friday night, about a 20% chance of showers. This could be a hit and miss, kind of a passing shower, sort of like what we had over the weekend. We had some light drizzle on both Saturday and Sunday in the Wenatchee Valley proper, but it wasn't enough to register on the rain gauge, which means we have now gone over 3 months without measurable precipitation in the Wenatchee Valley. It's been a long, dry spell, and whatever rain they're predicting for the weekend, or towards the end of the weekend into the weekend that you saw, probably in the form of light showers in the mountains, not so much in the Wenatchee Valley. Have a great Monday. Our friends from the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest will be in tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.